Hey Rising Vibers, thanks for clicking on the video. Today we are continuing to learn all about the signs of the zodiac / astrology chart. Today we will be learning about the compatibility of a Scorpio and a Scorpio. I am a Scorpio, so I'm kind of interested in this myself. I've never had a relationship with another Scorpio in like the romantic sense, so we will be getting on to it. The intimacy and sexual compatibility, trust, communication and intellect, emotions, values, and shared activities. We'll get started with sexual and intimacy compatibility. Two Scorpio partners can be a dream come true when it comes to sex, as much as they can be each other's worst nightmare. Their sexual energy and inner tension is something are often hard to handle individually, and when they get together, this either multiplies to infinity or they find it an absolute understanding. Usually, we can predict the first option. In general, every Scorpio needs someone to balance them, for they can go to extremes of all kinds, and when together, they rarely have the patience or the tenderness to balance anything, let alone each other. Their sex life is intense, often amazing, although everything around it seems to be falling apart. They will fight to make up, manipulate, obviously to make each other angry, and do things out of spite. When we talk about spicing up one's sex life, we have to understand that these two are spices themselves, and there's rarely anything boring about them. In order for their sexual relationship to work out, both partners need to stick to the inner tenderness and emotional closeness when together, or they might have to end things as if torn apart by nuclear energy. The key here is to slow down, breathe in, and spend some time in each other's cozy arms. Trust. What a strange relationship of two possessive, want to know it all, striving for freedom partners. As much as each Scorpio wants to be involved in the other partner's life, no Scorpio wants to be controlled or let anyone else be involved in their own life. None of them will understand the lack of trust coming from their partner, lifting their ego high, knowing that there is no reason why they would continue sharing anything with the other Scorpio anymore. The problem here is in the fact that neither of them seems to be aware of what they want from their partner, and this can turn into a real battle for supremacy. Still, often enough, they will see each other as true and honest, leaving their insecurities aside, trusting each other without too many words. Communication and intellect. When emotional baggage is not a part of their everyday communication, the depth both of their minds have will be an incredible stimulus for each conversation they have. No one can understand a Scorpio intellectually as much as another Scorpio. Their topics can be easily become dark, not because they both want to talk about depressing things, but because they understand each other in areas other people don't want to deal with. This is a good way for both of them to discover that they are not alone, and it can be healing for each partner for as long as each emotional expectations are not involved. If they work together and compete in advance to the same or for the same position, or feel they are in danger, and feel they endanger each other's status in a way, their contact can become truly unpleasant and turn to arguing, dismissal of anything said, or in one word, disrespect. When they start to battle against each other, it cannot seem to stop until one of them is beaten dead and there is nothing more that can be done for them to get back into the game. If they see each other as adversaries, they will sting each other for victory, meaning they will do whatever it takes to win. If they distance themselves from a situation, they might realize that none of them actually endangers the other. To find mutual understanding, they need to lead separate lives and give each other enough room to do so. Emotions. Scorpio is a water sign and represents all dismissed emotion we don't want to deal with. This makes representatives of this sign turn to the dark emotional issues, and this is something they will both understand within each other. The problem with Scorpio is in its battle with the moon and the fact that emotions are approved here. This can make them both intolerant for weakness, rough in their approach to one another, and too judgmental towards each other's emotional needs, even though they both actually share the same needs. They will both be faced with emotions they don't want to deal with simply because that is their individual role in other people's lives. This could lead to numerous conflicts, but it could also be the base for incredible personal evolution of each partner and an opportunity to be with someone who truly understands the depths of their hearts. The best way for them to approach this relationship is through deepest emotional acceptance and tolerance for incredible difference in character, even though they are strangely the same. Values. The problem with things they value is the illusion of value they both share. They will value rationally and emotionally maturity, and those things none of them can actually deliver all the time. Let me reread that. The problem with things they value is the illusion of value they both share. They will value rationality, and the emotional maturity. But those are the things none of them can actually deliver all the time. They belong to the element of water and are deeply emotional while valuing each other's lack of emotions, showing at the beginning of their relationship. They do value similar things, but they are not entirely rational or realistic in their choices. This makes them susceptible to judging their own reflection in one another. Shared activities. They won't have a hard time discussing or agreeing on where to go and what to do together, but their choices might not make them happy. Again, this is about the balance they both seek, needing a partner of opposite character and choices. Their contact could lead them to all dark places as they play out situations that they couldn't play out with someone else. Even though they will feel sad and dried out most of the time, as two members of fixed quality, they could hold on to each other for a long time. The more time they spend together, the less energy they might have, for there is a silent inner battle in most of them that drains out the other systems. So, in summary, Scorpio and Scorpio have this tendency to bring out the worst in each other. Even though they can share the deepest understanding known to the entire zodiac, they can also get too dark and depressed together, sinking into their pool of unresolved emotions. Their emotional understanding is something worth cherishing if they are both open to their feelings and accept their own inner needs. Very interesting. Very, very interesting to me. Some of it, actually a lot of it, does not surprise me at all. So if this sounds like you or someone you know, or if you just thought it was interesting, hit that like and subscribe button or the comment section. Let us know about it. Any love and support's appreciated, y'all. Have a good one.